Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to Sunday Night Countdown, where I am going to go over our weekly watch list and I'm going to go over an overall market update as the market has been selling off recently. And I know a lot of us are curious exactly what that'll look like. So I'm going to show you guys what that looks like, as it's a huge indicator going into any stock that we do plan on buying, in my opinion. So before we get into that, quick disclaimer: anything we do mention is purely for entertainment purposes. If you guys would like financial advice, recommending contacts financial professional. However, we have been going play by play, day by day throughout the whole year. So if you guys want to see more entries and breakouts, all you have to do is subscribe, hit the bell notification, and you will be notified at a timely matter. And again, much love to everyone that does subscribe. We do go out Monday through Friday on entries and breakouts. So again, be on the lookout for more of those. Now, I am going to go over our top 8 stocks going into this week and this month. I do like these in particular because they do have nice volume coming in. WTRH in particular is bouncing off of our symmetric triangle. Again, I did mention how it had bullish divergence here. It looks like the price wants to reverse. And sure enough, it did bounce off of our symmetric triangle. It looks like it wants to keep coming up. I did buy this one on Friday. I do plan on holding this one into the next week or two. I do think this is a nice swing trade. So again, WTRH is definitely on the watch. I have a tight stop loss here at 298. So again, that is my tight stop loss on WTRH if you guys want to see when I would sell. So again, the next one I plan on going into is CAN. Again, this one follows Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin is something to watch. I want it to break over 53,000 on Bitcoin. If it does break over 53,000, I do plan on buying into CAN. Again, I do like this one as it's very volatile. There's other plays like Riot and MARA that follow Bitcoin, but I think CAN, being at the price it's at, it's actually pretty volatile, and it looks like it moves pretty quickly when Bitcoin likes to break out. So again, I do think CAN is a nice play if Bitcoin does break over 53,000. So again, that's a huge indicator for that one in particular. Again, GM, I do like this one as it does have about 25 million volume coming in, and on average they have about 21 million. I do think this is a nice ascending wedge that is being built out, and it looks like it could break out of it. If it does break out of it, it looks like we could see the $70 range coming into this next week or in 2 weeks. I think if it does break out again, it does need to break out of our symmetric triangle. It does look like it does sell off, and it does look like it wants to bounce off of our symmetric triangle. If it does, then we would have a possible breakout. We want to make sure we do let the play come to us on this one. So again, if this does break over $58, I do plan on buying into it. But until then, I want to make sure the play does come to us, because this one has been coming up quite a bit. Overall, I do think GM is a very bullish play. So again, I probably will be entering into this week as long as the market does not sell off, which I will show you guys what the market looks like at the end of the video, like I said. So OPGN, I like this one in particular because there's 6 million volume coming in. On average, they have about 3 million volume. And the reason why I think that is because it came all the way down to its previous breakout point. I think this could be a nice swing trade to the $2.40 range. And if it does break over $2.40, it could be a nice play going into $2.80. Again, overall, we want to see this break 350, as this did wick up and come all the way down and sell off. So it does look like we could have a possible bumpy road coming back up to 280. But overall, it looks like a nice sell off for a nice dip buy. And I do like the volume that has been coming in. It looks like it wants to create a support here. So again, if you want a very rock bottom support line, in my opinion, OPGN probably will hold this support as long as the market does not sell off as well. So OPGN is definitely on the watch, in my opinion. BGI, I do like BGI as it has been coming up. It looks like the volume has been picking up, and it looks like it wants to break out. Again, it did sell off, gap down, and it looks like it recovered strongly because investors were confident here. Now, we do want to see if this does break over 365. If it does, I do plan on buying into it, and it would reach around 513. If it breaks over 513, then we could possibly see the $8 and $9 range. Again, BGI is definitely on the watch. This one could break out. I do like how it's been consolidating recently as well. So again, I do think this one is definitely to have on the watch. Again, XSPA, I do want to mention this one is something that we haven't mentioned in a while. Again, but they do have more contracts coming out at their testing sites with more airports. They've been announcing this every month, and I do think that they will continue with these contracts, as I don't think COVID will completely go away, but I do think that things will cool off. So again, I do think that they will continue to get contracts. I think this is a nice dip buy, as it did dip all the way down to our previous breakout point. So again, if you want a nice dip buy rock bottom, again, this is another play I can see being played into. I do plan on buying this week, regardless if the market sells off, as it is all the way down to its previous breakout point. It can't go that much further from here. If it does continue to sell off, then I'll sell off. But I do plan on buying in XSPA this week, pretty small at this point, because we want to make sure this thing does turn around. We don't want to be stuck in a huge sell-off with too much money in it. But I do like XSPA overall as a long-term play, so I'm going to be entering it very small. Now, WTI is another play. This one would be a very short-term play. This probably would be a day trade at this point. Again, because we came up so much already, we do see the volume that has been coming in to confirm it. We want to see if this does break over $5 at its previous sell-off point. If it does break over $5 and hold above it, I do plan on buying into it for a nice day trade. But again, we want to make sure that the volume here does increase, as we do want to see this break out of $5. If it does not increase, I do not think they will break over $5. But again, overall, WTI does look like it probably will based on the way that it is moving. Again, I'll go on the 5 minutes so you could see what we're looking at. We can see a nice descending wedge here. If it does break out of that and break into $5, we will be buying into it. Again, we did call the consolidated play here previously, and we did buy into it as it did break out of our consolidation here. So again, we want to see if this does break out, as it likes to consolidate downwards as we saw previously. So if it does break out, we do plan on buying if it does break over $5. So again, WTR is definitely a day trading play. You want to make sure you are careful with WTI if you're not already in it. So again, PLTR is another play I do plan on holding. I did mention how I bought it Friday and it sold off on Monday, went down to $21, and I continue to buy more. Again, PLTR overall, I think is very bullish. I'm going to go in the 4 hour so you guys can see what we're looking at here. So you can see we came all the way up to previously around $45, and we came all the way back down, sold off all the way down to our previous breakout point at $20. Again, I did buy at $20 to $21 on Monday. But again, I do like this as a nice long play. Not too short term on this one, which hopefully short term, based on how much has been selling off, would turn around sometime soon. But overall, I think PLTR is very bullish. I think this one will come up to $60 eventually, and it's currently sitting at $23. I think this is a nice swing trade, and I do think that this one will continue to come up over the next month or so. So again, PLTR is definitely one of my favorite plays. LGHL. Now, this is probably the least favorite play short term, but my favorite play going into the next month besides PLTR, not my safest play, but my favorite volatile play, as I do see LGHL as a Bitcoin play. They do have a merger coming in next month. So again, this one could go somewhat close to Riot and MARA if it decides to, but all we need to see it is to go to $10, $15, and it would be already a 500% to 750% profit at that point. So again, LGHL is definitely on the watch. They do have a merger coming into next month, and they are also something to watch for Bitcoin, as Bitcoin needs to break 53,000 and over 57,000 overall. If it does, then I think LGHL would have a nice run up as well coming into the merger next month. So again, that is double the news, in my opinion, if it does break over 57,000 on Bitcoin. So again, LGHL is definitely on the watch. And overall, I want to go over the overall market, as we have been seeing a sell-off in the market recently, and I want to show you guys exactly how bad that looks. So again, we do see that it has been curling down, and we saw that it tried to test its previous highs and then got curled down. Again, this is called being shouldered down. It looks like it got shouldered down here to its previous breakout point, and it looks like it bounced off of it on at the end of Friday. If you could, as you could see, it did bounce off, as it did sell off too fast, in my opinion. It did bounce up. Now we do want to see if this does it essentially break over 223 again. We are sitting at 217. I don't think Monday it would do that unless we had a huge recovery, which has happened before. As you can see, it has had a huge sell-off and then had a huge gap up and recovery previously in the chart. But overall, it looks like IWM is not looking too pretty. It looks like it wants to continue to sell off and possibly go down to our previous lows where it did break out on our sell-off point. So again, we want to make sure we are careful with IWM, as if it does sell off, then we would be negative on the year overall on the market. So again, that is very bearish, and we don't want to be stuck in the middle of that sell-off. As you saw, the last week was pretty ugly. Well, if it does sell off again, it could get way uglier. It could be way worse. So again, IWM, definitely watch this as you guys are trading, as if the market does continue to sell off, like I said, I will not be buying into too much unless they are at the very rock bottom, and I do plan on averaging down on them. So again, make sure you are careful and playing patient with your plays, and I hope you guys join our Sunday night countdown. We do this every single week on Sunday nights, and again, this is our weekly watch list. There's not too many amazing plays going into this week because we want to make sure we are watching the market. If the market sells off, then a lot of these charts, even if they do break out, like to break down, and you want to make sure you're careful with that. So again, much love to everybody, as you guys have been showing me so much love in the comment section. I appreciate it, you all. And if you guys do have a watch list, throw it in the comment section. I love talking to you guys. Again, God bless you all, and I will see you guys in the next video.